Hello and welcome to IELTS Speaking Part 2. In this video, I'll show you some vocabulary that can be used to produce a talk about sports, games, and hobbies. Let's look at the cue card for today's topic. In this part of the IELTS speaking, you will speak for 1 to 2 minutes on a given topic. Students often feel stressed about not having adequate vocabulary on the given topic, which may adversely affect their scores. But don't worry, all you need is a pencil and some paper to take notes, and be all ears as I'm about to give you some useful words you can use for today's topic. First, let's look at some vocabulary. In IELTS speaking, you need to vary your language. Therefore, instead of using the verb like too many times, try saying something new, such as to be fond of something. For example, we've been fond of soccer since we were kids. When you start a new hobby or a new sport, use the phrasal verb take up something, as in, they have taken up golf. And what if you want to enter a competition? Here I have a synonym for enter, which is go in for something, as in, I decided to go in for the national volleyball contest to see how much progress I had made. During a competition, you will probably face many opponents. An opponent is a person that you are playing or fighting against in a game or a competition, as in, the team's opponents are unbeaten so far this season. Your opponents can be amateurs or professionals. An amateur is a person who takes part in sport or other activities for pleasure, not as a job, like this. Whereas a professional does a sport or other activities as a paid job rather than as a hobby, like Cristiano Ronaldo. In case you go to a sporting event and have a seat in the audience, you are a spectator. For instance, the new football stadium will hold 75,000 spectators. If you have been to a live soccer match or watched one on TV, you probably know that there is a break time after the first 45 minutes, which is called an interval, as in this sentence. If a soccer match ends up with both teams earning, for instance, 2 scores, we call that a draw. Both teams, in that case, win a medal for their efforts. And that is all the vocabulary you may need for the topic of sports, games, and hobbies in the IELTS Speaking Part 2. Now, let's look at the sample talk on today's topic. I'd like to talk about a volleyball contest I entered in 2019. I've always been fond of volleyball since I was first taught the sport 4 years ago. My brother took me to a match he was playing with his friends and then encouraged me to take up volleyball as well. After 2 years of daily practice, we decided to go in for the national volleyball competition together with my brother's friends to see how much progress we had made. At first, it took me by surprise how skilled and experienced our opponents were. Luckily, I had my brother, our family, and friends who never failed to support us during the 3-round competition. And guess what? We made it to the finale. In the finale, you have to play for 5 sets, and whichever team wins 3 sets wins the whole game. For the first 4 sets, my team and the opponent team earned the same score, so we both entered the final set with a huge amount of anxiety and a quick heartbeat pace. My team were playing at full strength, trying to score points by grounding the ball on the other team's court. The final set lasted for so long that after the second interval of the set, the referee called for a draw. Each player of both teams received a gold medal and a huge ovation from the spectators. I was still an amateur then, but the experience pushed me to work harder to become a professional. The experience was very helpful and a lot of fun. That brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoy it. Goodbye.